Obscured State of Michigan podcast.
Yep. When I originally went back to school, it was to become an autopsy assistant.
Really?
And I knew maybe a couple months into going back to school, I'm like, I'm not going to stop at this. I think I'm going to be a histotech because I really like working with microscopes. And then I learned that the community college that I was going to, they actually were affiliated with Royal Oak Beaumont for their School of Histotechnology. And I'm like, well, I need to keep my big mouth shut, but I'm going to do this.
Dang.
So I'm a certified histotechnician as well, which basically means I get paid to slice up human tissue into really, really, really thin slices.
And then what do you do with that?
And then it gets stained with special dyes, and then the head pathologist looks at it and makes his determination whether or not there's disease present, and go from there. So we're part of a team, like a
Do you take the sample? Or do you get the sample of the skin?
It's not just skin. I mean, we're talking like any organ in the body.
Okay, so you receive
I've sliced
these
through bone, for pity's sake. So
which is an organ.
Bone?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm basically a histotech as one of the people who works in the lab. We thinly slice the tissue, and once it's stained, it gets delivered to the pathologist. So we're the ones taking the sample, or sometimes retaking the sample if there's any artifacts on it, but we're not the ones that determine whether or not it's diseased.
Right.
So it's fun. Science is great, and that's kind of what led me to become a biochem major.
Science
Because we slightly scratched the surface of biochemistry in the histotech program. So I'm like, I want to go down this rabbit hole. So here we are.
God damn it.
But I might end up, one of the exciting things is I might end up doing research in the same lab that Jordan's involved in.
Oh. So what's your specialty then?
So I'm currently doing my master's in chemistry. And my area of research is technically in the realm of material science and engineering. But I am developing specialized imprinted membranes. So they're basically, I'm taking a material that I made in my undergrad, which is called graphitic carbon nitride.
You made this?
Yeah, I synthesized it in our lab. And I was using it in battery technology, but it has other uses. And so I'm using that to strengthen and reinforce our polymers for our membranes. And using that, I figured out how to use blue light to initiate polymerization in these polymers from my graphitic carbon nitride. And what our polymers are for...
Thank you. I was gonna say, okay, let's go back. Let's dumb this down.
We're removing various things from the water, so heavy metals and things. Specifically, the two things we're focusing on right now are arsenate, which is a
derivative of arsenic.
Yeah. I was gonna say,
it's related to arsenic. It's a derivative of arsenic, and ammonia from the water. So we're making imprinted polymers, which are special polymers that contain these molecules, and then we remove these molecules for them so they have special pores that are designed to capture these molecules out of the water. And my graphitic carbon nitride basically strengthens and reinforces these polymers so that they don't collapse under pressure. And
this would be something in the water. So when you say in the water, this is like...
It's filtering out contaminants.
Is it not in your body or...
in the water.
In the water supply.
It's in the water supply.
Yeah.
Okay. So when people start talking about like PFAS and all that stuff, is this kind of what you're...
Yeah.
Kind of some of that it would be
there's other
out?
labs that are probably focusing on that specifically, but ours, we're starting with ammonia and arsenate. And we actually, we haven't... We're working on our proposal, but we have it in good faith that we will be receiving funds from a government contract for this research in the amount of $1 million.
Whoa. Dude.
Hopefully. Let's not jinx it. Knock on wood.
And so...
Oh, you get a clap.
I was actually... I was asked today to continue my research on there beyond my master's, which will work out because it'll give Tara a chance to finish hers. her bachelor's, and then ideally we're going to go to MSU to pursue our PhDs.
Really?
So,
wow.
My ultimate goal,
That's
I want to
awesome.
work in forensic chemistry.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
I love true crime, okay?
Just
I
don't
can't
turn
help
into
it.
Dexter.
No.
so she's going to be pursuing her PhD in biochemistry, and I'm going to pursue mine in material science and engineering.